श्री गणेशाय नमः। मंगलवार ट्यूसडे इवनिंग को आप सभी का बहुत बहुत हार्दिक अभिनंदन। We extend a very warm welcome to all our brothers and sisters across the globe, wherever you are. It's a green morning, it's a green afternoon, it's a green evening, wherever you are. We extend you our best wishes, our greetings, and our warmth. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's move ahead together. We are going to talk to all of you today. Basically, we are talking about service industry. If you recall, for quite some time, we are focusing on service industry because we want more young boys and girls. Those have lost their jobs. They have suffered quite a bit during this pandemic, during this particular difficult times. We all had lots of challenges. So whatever we have gone through, let's come together, let's move together, let's work together, and let's plan together. And why do I talk about service industry? Why do we talk about services exports? Why do we focus on youth, education, skills, competencies, capabilities, entertainment? And why do we always say services? And why our chamber is exclusively dedicated to services sector? So when we talk about it today on Tuesday, that's on 9th of November, we extend you a very warm welcome at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, India's evening. And of course, our brothers and sisters, those are across in Canada, those are in United States, those are in Latin America, it's early morning. People, those are in Europe, you have enjoyed your lunch. People, those are in Central Asia, and those are in Middle East, early evening. And it's a beautiful evening just before dinner in Bharat. And then, of course, we have got people in Southeast Asia, including my president, Professor Pontrip Narulaji, all the way joining us from Bangkok. We extend a very warm welcome, hearty welcome. Pleasure to have all of you with us. Thank you very much for being a part of this journey. Thank you very much for being with us over here. Let's take on today's program, and I wish to share with all of you what exactly is happening across the globe. Where are we? Where do we have to move on from here? And when will we come to know how much we have moved? That's very important for all of us to understand. So, ladies and gentlemen, we extend a very warm welcome to all of you. And let me share today, because I will just show you a couple of slides, and thereafter I will go straight for the discussion and deliberations. Let me just share initially what all is there in the beautiful evening. So let me just come. Now over here, ladies and gentlemen, let me share 3 to 4 slides with all of you so that you all know what exactly we are talking about, and we enjoy together the rest of the deliberations whole evening. Now, today, Tuesday, 9th of November, 2021, we are going to talk about strategies for services exports from India, the various innovative strategies which we have to adopt, all of us together. And we have to understand why services sector. We have to understand that India basically is the 7th largest service exporter in the world. When you talk about the global perspective, India is the 7th largest service exporter in the global family. So we got to move up in the position if we have got second largest population of the world. And if we take that 65% people in India are somewhere in the age bracket of when you talk about 35 and less. So India has got a tremendous potential. Let's tap this potential. Let's take this potential. Let's move ahead with this potential. I also understand, because I come from the tourism background. I come from services background. My master's, my PhD, both are in that area. And I understand travel and tourism has suffered maximum. And with travel and tourism, so many other industries are linked up. You know, the hospitality, the food joints, the food chains, the hotels. And with that is the airlines. With that, surface transportation, rail transportation, sea transportation, and couple of other things, you know, those are linked up. When I talk about, there is no segment of the economy which is not linked up when we talk about you know, the tourism industry. Everybody is directly or indirectly. You take any segment, you know, almost 1 billion people, they travel this planet every year, and what a small share India is getting. So there's a tremendous untapped potential which we have to take. And at the same time, when the pandemic had come, we all got to understand that travel and tourism suffered maximum. We lost almost 21 billion US dollar equivalent of business during this particular pandemic. So we have to understand, if 1 billion people are traveling approximately world over, why can't we have a better share when India has got culture, heritage, values, pilgrimage, spirituality, and people will travel to India for yoga, for meditation, for naturopathy, to look young, to talk young, to smart, everything whatsoever you talk about, people would love to travel to India. Today, when we look at the services sector, you know, the 50% services contribution that goes to IT and ITS related services, because IT sector, ITS, when they do the export part of it, whatever way they are doing, so it's almost 50% which is accountable towards the IT and ITS. So somewhere we got to increase the share of the other segments of the service industry. That something is very, very important. Okay, now let's talk about, there are so many different, you know, the export promotion councils, but most of them, they are for the manufacturing sector. I think the services sector has to have more, you know, the councils. And if they have more councils, they'll be able to do much better as compared to what is being done at present, but maybe by single council or whatever is there, because we are dealing with the international arena, because 31.4 million Indians, those have gone abroad. Here are they. And can you imagine that they are in different countries, they are world over. Here is the spread of the population, which we are showing you over here, and where all they have gone and what kind of a potential they carry for us. We understand that during the lockdown, everybody has got the impact. But our chamber had been focusing on teachers, on youth, on education, on skills, on vocational skills, on competencies, on micro, small and medium enterprise, on technology, on research, on innovation, on health, on wellness, on water management, women empowerment, children empowerment, all that we have been talking of. And right from the beginning, if we talk about, our focus had been service industry. And now we are talking about services exports from India. Now, way back, there is a document available, earlier known as Planning Commission, now Niti Aayog. There is a document you can see which is available, and there are approximately 54 different verticals of the service industry what we have got. We extend a very hearty welcome to Julie Subba ma'am, Rosie Chakma ma'am, and Mr. Bora, Nancy Sangma, all of them, hearty welcome. Anand Mukherjee, pleasure to have all of you with us. Thank you very much for joining. So let me just get back to all of you, and we share the vision with each other. I would like to talk about services exports. What exactly is happening in India at present? How can we increase the base? How can we go by? What kind of strategies we should adopt? And what kind of challenges we are facing at this point of time? Is government policy sufficient in a way that it boosts exports, it gives enough impetus to more new entrepreneurs to come into service industry? Because there are lots of challenges as well, and we have to overcome all that. Okay, now let's talk about, at present, India has got approximately $650 billion US dollars equivalent exports, out of which approximately 235 to 240 billion US dollars is coming from the services exports out of it. Now, government has got a vision to take it to 1 trillion by 2030. We all have to move in that particular direction, but I'm pretty sure we all can achieve. Now, during this pandemic, during this coronavirus, we all have learned lots of new packaging. We have learned lots of new skills. We have learned lots of new thought processes, innovation. Can you imagine how much innovation has gone into, how much efforts have gone into by everybody? It is not only parents or teachers or doctors or nurses or paramedical, but I think the entire ecosystem of service industry, all of us together, we have put in our best of efforts during this particular pandemic, what best can be done. So ladies and gentlemen, when we are talking about it, before we move forward, let me once again extend a very hearty welcome to Rosie Chakma and Anjan Kumar Bora, Nancy Sangma, Anand Mukherjee, and then we have got Laishram Damini, Kim Kipgen, and then Mr. Cohen, and then Prachi Kalita, Rishi Mohan, Claudia, all of them. We extend you a very warm welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for being a part of it. Now, if we take into consideration, somewhere there is also a prediction and already the research being done that by the time it's a 2021 going on now, just a matter of another 19 years, by 2040, the services export service industry will overtake world over the goods when we are talking about the goods manufacturing and all, because services will become further prominent in agriculture. See, the basic economy when I'm taking, there's agriculture, there's manufacturing, and there's services. Now, agriculture also requires services component. Manufacturing also requires services component. And at the same time, services sector is needed everywhere. And can you imagine what kind of a services? We also, along with the finishing school for service industry, which we set up in 1994, during this pandemic, we got e-Gurukul. And when we talk about e-Gurukul service industry, the global knowledge hub, the global knowledge collaboration, all of us together, a lot being discussed onto that. We also extend a very hearty welcome to Deepa Hazarika and Shivani Gogai. Thank you very much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have all of you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, during pandemic, health services, wellness services, education services, imagine financial services, how the whole system had gone. I would say ATMs and your withdrawals and everything, and less of human interaction, human touching the things, but everything becoming digital. That has done a great work. We extend a very hearty welcome to Nishank Maurya also, senior consultant also, those who have joined us. It's a pleasure to have all of you. So online services is the future. It's going to take further impetus, catalytic factor. It will move faster. We all got to understand, and it's going to be online. More and more digital technology is going to play a very important role for all of us. And, it's very important. If we really want to increase services exports from India, we have to reach to the grassroots. Like many policies of the Honorable Prime Minister is how to reach out the final beneficiary, the last beneficiary. Like during this pandemic, we all have been trying. Teachers have been trying, educators have been trying how to reach out every child. Similar way, if we want to increase the services exports from India, we have to go to the grassroots, right up to the district level. What kind of services are available at the district level? Total districts of India taken into consideration. Every district has got some specialization. What can we pick up from there? How the people can be skilled, competencies can be increased, their capabilities can be enhanced, and what exactly is to be done from there? That is something very important. Now, when we are talking about services, let's talk about, there are two areas. One is called offshore services, that is international services, and another is domestic services. And when I'm talking about domestic services, you also have to understand that domestic services could also be that there is a foreign company, there's a foreign mission, there is a foreign, any kind of a component which is having a base in India. They are operating in India, but they are working for offshore. They're working for abroad. One is your physical movement, you travel abroad, but pandemic has taught us that now hybrid model is there. Everybody can get everything. Flip learning was there, hybrid learning was there, outside classroom learning was there, digital learning was there, blended learning was there. I think so much of innovations have taken place during this pandemic. We also extend a very hearty welcome to Nanlai, to Nisha Agarwal, to Pankaj Tripathi, and all the other dignitaries, those are joining us. We extend a very, very hearty welcome. Now, today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take some specific services. Let's talk about them. And they are the need of the hour. And there are some social services. There are some financial services. And of course, there are so many other. You have got consultancy services. You've got environmental services. You've got management services. You have got health and wellness services. You've got legal services. So I think it's a huge basket which we have to take into consideration when you list out all the services together. Now, let me focus on a couple of areas. What is the motherboard of services? What do you consider? Post it in your YouTube. What is the motherboard of entire services? What you consider that this is the motherboard? List out. Let's see if somebody writes correct answer. What do you consider is the motherboard of all the services, whatsoever is being rendered across the globe? What do you consider? What do you think? What are these? What is the motherboard? What is the base platform of services sector? Can anybody think about it? If you can, kindly post it on the YouTube of this group. I would be grateful to you. We also extend a very hearty welcome to S. Musa from Imphal, Manisha Chaturvedi, J. Subha Lakshmi, BB Subha Foundation, Info Students. We extend a very hearty welcome to all of them. Thank you very much for joining us this evening and being a part of this evening. So, ladies and gentlemen, what could be the motherboard of all services? Where from all services originate? That's called education. And now, during the COVID-19 pandemic, of course, we had gone into the complete silence mode on 25th of March 2020 to our homes, confinement. But on 29th of July 2020 itself, can you imagine April, May, June, and July, fourth month end? Honorable Prime Minister of India gave the new education policy to India after what? 3.5 decades, after 34 years, the new education policy. And that's a mind-blowing, right from your grassroots till your finale, whether it's a basic education, school education, higher education, technical education, vocational education, skill-based education, competency-based education, whatsoever, or passion-based education, inspirational education, futuristic education, forward-looking education, global confluence of education, all that when we take into consideration, we are talking about services exports. When we say exports, that means you're offering something offshore, but at the same time, you can offer something within India, but it is for foreign elements, it's for foreign companies, it's for foreign students, it's for outside country students. Now, let me share a very, very categorically crystal clear picture before you. Approximately 10 lakh youth are going from India abroad for their higher studies. And can you imagine how many children are coming to India? I think it's about 48,000 or 49,000 or 50,000. Let's take it. If 49 to 50,000 children only are coming, and then please zero down, where from all they coming? Which all countries they are coming from? What is their education background? What is their competency background? What kind of a relation or collaboration we are building? Hold on, another question. Are they paid students, these 49, 50,000, or they are coming on scholarships? ICCR, under the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India is giving a lot of scholarships. There are many other agencies in India which are giving scholarship. How many are paid students? And where are they coming from? Are they from high, rich spending? Okay, fine. Very interesting. I would like to share with all of you. We carried out a survey because our chamber is dealing with non-resident Indians, and there are 31.4 million Indians abroad, and they are world over in different continents, in different countries. When we carried out a survey during this pandemic, when 1.65 billion children were away from schools, colleges, and universities, do you know what we learned? We learned from them that if somebody will come to India, they will not come for normal graduation. They will not come for normal post-graduation. They will not come for ordinary subjects. Then what exactly are they looking forward to? What is the specialization and USP of India? What is the holistic part of it? Okay, I'm with you. Technology, digital, innovation, research, and of course, packaging. But what exactly is the meat? What exactly is the motherboard? Ladies and gentlemen, when we checked up with the youngsters, particularly from the developed nations, they told us, our chamber, we would like to come to India if you come for higher education, basically for spiritual education, your yoga, your meditation, your naturopathy, your wellness. Wellness is going to play a very important role. People in future would not like to go for surgery. Rather, they would like to go for wellness. That can I treat myself with the herbal therapy? Can I treat myself with the massage, yoga, health, wellness, packaging all together? So that is being taken into consideration. So education sector is going to undergo lots of changes post-pandemic. Thereby, the new education policy 2020, which was given on 29th of July, how much relevance it will hold post-pandemic period, particularly to attract foreign students to come to India. Okay. Can we work out a new strategy? Our non-resident Indians, those who have gone abroad, they are large numbers. Can we pick and choose some of the experts out of them in different subjects? And they have got the expertise in a specific subject, specific arena. Can they deliver online, digital mode, technology based? Why can't? Why can't? We can work out a strategy, because you don't require physical buildings anymore. This pandemic has taught all of us, you do not require too many physical buildings. Now you require digital highways. You require digital grounds. You require everything digital players and efforts, the economy. If you really want to make your youth and your future happy, then you got to provide the basic technology, and you have to give the basic bandwidth where the children can do that downloading of the data, because data is going to be the new lubricant. Data collection, data synthesizing, data research, data management, data handling, data utilization. Everything is going to be based on data, data, and data. We all have to understand that now. Okay, let's think about in isolation. Ministry of Education alone cannot work 100% for services exports. It requires Ministry of Skill Development also. It requires Ministry of Home Affairs also, because children, those are coming for education to India, their passport, their visa, how long are they coming, everything and all that. Rules and regulations of the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Then besides that, we have also to take into consideration, if we want to attract people for tourism, spiritual tourism, nature tourism, herbal tourism, green tourism, pilgrimage tourism. And you know how many trains are starting now. 26th of October, we got the train for 14 nights and 15 days to northeast part of India. Imagine, beautiful train which has gone over there. Similar way, a lot of things are coming up. And then finally, some ministry, some nodal body has to become where the confluence of all the ministries, all the innovation, all the research, everything, who is going to take on the responsibility for that? That is also something very, very important, which we all have to take into consideration and we have to consider. We will work on to that. Now let's move from education to skills. When I'm talking about skills, there are 37 sector skill councils already existing with the NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation. And now NCVT is also there. And Dr. Nirmalji Singh Kalsiji and their organization is doing commendable work. What I wish to share over here is that do we require some more sector skill councils? As post-pandemic, the challenges are coming up, things are coming up. I think the NSDC also has to think of, because almost about 41% share is that of the government, but 59% share is of the corporate sector. And we got to take into consideration when we are talking about skilling teachers to go abroad, skilling trainers to go abroad, skilling counselors to go abroad. And at the same time, can we think of some new strategies, new innovations, new areas where we require lots of innovation which has to come into? Okay, fine. Enough of burning out has taken place for all the teachers, all the students, all the parents. Let me talk about a little bit about entertainment. Now, when we talk about the entertainment industry, it's very important to understand over here, all of us, something very, very interesting. Now, thank you very much, all of you, those are joining us. Joba Lakshmi ji, greetings from Tripura, thank you. Shivani Gogai, exactly, it's education, thank you. Julie ma'am, wonderful inputs, well researched, excellent. Oh, thank you, Julie ma'am. Deepa Hazarika, absolutely. Data would be the future strength. Thank you. Claudia, absolutely. Thank you. Amazing facts. Rishimon, thank you. Rishimon, learning platform. Prachi, awesome point. Thank you. Mr. Gohin, commendable session. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. And Claudia, sir, your knowledge is unimaginable. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not my knowledge. It's a knowledge collection. It's a knowledge confluence. It's a global knowledge which is coming together and we all are utilizing with each other. Now, let me talk about entertainment industry. Okay, we have got radio, we have got television, we have got theater, we have got music, we have got films. Let me stop over here. Films. When we talk about films, we have got Bollywood, we have got Bollywood, we have got Tollywood, we have got Telugu, we have got Bhojpuri, we have got Bihar, we have got Punjabi, we have got Kannada, we have got Tamil, so many different languages. Why I'm talking about? Because our Indians, those have gone abroad, they feel like seeing Indian movies and enjoying Indian movies, and they can generate so much of revenue. They can recommend to many other people. You can't imagine how much it can be done. And at the same time, do you recall, do you remember that Central Asia, Europe, Switzerland tourism has grown because of Yash Chopra ji? Imagine all the movies which have been shot over there. Dil To Pagal Hai, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, Lame, Chandni, Mohabbatein, all these movies, Karan Johar moving, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, or Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna, all these movies being shot. Who is earning the money? It's a revenue leakage from India, but that money is going abroad. How would we have a services exports? Two ways. Number one, we should invite foreign production houses to come to India, do the film shooting over here, because when the units will come over here, they will make the films over here. We can earn lots of money over there. That is one part. What is the second part? Second part is, why can't we dub the movies? If the dubbing can be done, and the dubbing can be done in a creative way in the various languages. Have we forgotten Central Asia? Have we forgotten Russia? Have we forgotten Nargis and Raj Kapoor? Have we forgotten मेरा जूता है जापानी, मेरी चाल इंग्लिस्तानी, सर पे लाल टोपी रूसी, फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी? Have we forgotten that? Dobrae Vecher, Dograe, Dobrai Dien, Dobre Utra, so many things when we talk about. Ya Lubliu Limku, I still remember some Russian. So, ladies and gentlemen, if the Hindi films, Tamil films, Telugu films, Kannada films, regional films, and Bollywood films, if they can be done as a dubbing and that can be sent across, I'm telling you, it's a great revenue generation, and that's a services export. At the same time, content writing, content collection, content synthesis, content management, and content exports. Mr. Mohit Soni's team is doing commendable work. Services Sector Council for Media Entertainment, we are proud of all of them. Like Wellness Sector Skill Council, particularly, when I talk, we have done about 100 webinars with them. And Monica Bahal ma'am, Gurpreet ma'am, and all other dignitary, Deepak ji, they all are doing wonderful work. I'm proud of all of them. And Colonel Anil Kumar Pokhriyal, when you talk about startups, when you talk about entrepreneurs, his Sector Skill Council is also doing wonderful job. It's something is amazing, which is right over there. So I think we have to act fast. We have to catch on speed. We have to move fast, and we have to take into consideration how we should work out. Now, at the same time, let's explore what the different countries need at this point of time. Let's take an example. Indians are going to Canada, they are going to US, they are going to Latin America, they are going to Europe, they're going to Australia, they are going to New Zealand, they're going to a couple of other places also, some of them in Middle East, some of them in Central Asia and other parts of the world, Mauritius, Seychelles, so Africa, wherever it is possible, wherever you find the opportunity, you're moving over there. So that's a services exports when I'm talking about. When you're going for a work, when you are remitting the money to India, to your family, to your relatives, and whatever you're doing over there, that's a services export. Let's take an example of Australia. If I take an example of Australia, what kind of a services exports we can do it over there? Now, do you understand? They require lots of skilled workers, lot of skilled workforce. They are looking forward to. People are required in mining. People are required in agriculture. People are required in facility management. People are required in healthcare services. There are so many avenues available. Similar way, if I look at New Zealand, you require in horticulture, agriculture, floriculture, sericulture, and a couple of other areas are there which we have to take into consideration. All that is needed. Thank you very much, Claudia. You're knowledgeable. Thank you. Unimaginable. Oh, thank you very much, Claudia. Lai Shram, you are amazing and we are learning every day from you. Thank you. Kim, mind-blowing talk. Thank you. Anand Mukherjee, your complete encyclopedia. Amazing informative points. It's all of us gather. We read a lot, we listen a lot, we collect a lot, we synthesize a lot, and we share a lot with all of you. Rosie Chakma well said, if our films, our teleserials, they are dubbed in other languages, it will be a revenue generating source, as well as we can promote our country, rich culture, tradition, tourism. Do we know that Manipur is celebrating 50 years of their cinema? I never knew. Had I not done these webinars, I would have never learned. They're having a golden jubilee of their cinema. So imagine in Northeast India, one of these states, prestigious state, beautiful state, is completing 50 years. Oh my God, it's a wonderful to know that and understand. Okay, let's move that. At the same time, when I'm looking at Australia, let's move to Central Asia. If I'm looking into Central Asia, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, whatever areas we have got it over there, we talk in Kyrgyzstan to Dr. Shilpi Mohan ma'am. She's giving telemedicinal services. She's giving lots of consultancy from there to India while being over there with her husband. Imagine, a lot can be done from there. At the same time, a lot of children are going for medical education from India to Central Asia because it is more economical. The seats are available. They go over there, they learn. Why can't they become the brand ambassador for medical tourism? Korea, South Korea is doing a lot in Central Asia. They come for various free camps, everything, and thereafter they move on. Why India can't do? We can do. Let's move on to that. When I'm talking about Central Asia, medical tourism, health and wellness services, medical services, whatever we can give, telemedicinal services, we can give it from there. At the same time, higher education services. A lot of children can come from Central Asia to India for higher education. People are coming from Afghanistan, people are coming from other places. They can come in from there also. At the same time, they require a lot of hand-holding in the financial services because they're just opening up, they're just emerging. Why can't we tap those financial services from there? And then consultancy services, management consultancy services, other consultancy services, all that we can give it to Central Asia, and a lot can be done. Let me just move on a little bit more. And what could be the strategy now? Because we have to discuss tomorrow also with all of you. I think because tomorrow I'm going to give you complete strategy. Tomorrow I'm going to give you complete strategy and the recommendations from our chamber ICSI. We will talk about it. We will discuss about it. We will continue with the discussion tomorrow. And I will tell you how to enhance services exports, what government can do, what corporate can do, what chambers can do, what associations can do, what export promotion councils can do, and at the same time, what as a complete ecosystem from India, we all can do to boost the services exports from India. Let's meet tomorrow, strategies basically to enhance services exports. Look forward meeting you tomorrow. Today, we say goodbye right up to this. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being a part of it. Thanks for being this evening with us and sharing your vision with all of us. Thank you very much. Stay fit, stay fine, take care of your